Welcome back to another video from Crypto Charge. Make sure you like and subscribe below to help us push these videos out. Today, we're going to be talking a bit about Binance, and a lot of people are concerned with the solvency of Binance. We've seen the concerns with the collapse of FTX recently, billions of dollars lost, right? And people are still quite wounded from what happened with the Luna UST collapse, right? That caused a lot of fear and contagion in the markets. People lost a lot of money. It really exacerbated the issue that we saw in the market. So let's talk a bit about today about what's going on with Binance, what I'm seeing out there, some of the concerns that people might have, and why they might be legitimate. Now, before we read this, I want you guys to be aware that we do not have eyes into Binance's balance sheet, right? So we can't say with absolute tenacity they are or are not insolvent. But let's look at some of the clues that we've seen historically and how maybe those compare to today. So we just saw this today, Binance US, which is different than the conglomerate Binance. This is specifically only the US arm of Binance to acquire bankrupt Voyager's assets for $1 billion. Now, this is to be approved by the bankruptcy court in January of next year. If so, then customers will be able to access their funds via Binance US. That's net positive. Now, if we guys think back a little bit further, right, we saw something very similar when crypto exchange FTX was to acquire bankrupt Voyager assets. It was actually Binance and FTX bidding on the same assets, and FTX won it out, right? So it is very interesting to see that there was a bidding war between Binance and FTX. FTX swallowed them up, and then we saw FTX collapse, and then Binance eventually swallow up all those assets inadvertently from FTX. A quick reminder too, Binance was the first investor in FTX. They in fact incubated FTX's liquidity from the get-go. And CZ stated multiple times that they were continuously doing due diligence on FTX, but didn't say that there was anything wrong with it until very uncanny timing in the market, that they had dumped their FTT tokens, really putting pressure on the markets and exposing Sam. He deserves to be exposed, but I don't think that CZ is the hero in all of this. Something else I saw most recently, 99% of people will lose their crypto storing in self-custody, Binance CEO says. Now, yes, it is possible that people will lose their coins. And really the only way that you could lose your coins if you have them in cold storage is if you lose your seed phrases. All you have to do is protect a piece of paper that has your 24 seed phrases on it, and you will always have access to your crypto. You could lose, smash, destroy your device, forget your PIN. All of these things can happen, and you can still have access to your crypto as long as you keep your 24 seed phrases safe, right? So there is a sense of responsibility and guardianship that needs to occur for you to stay safe with your assets. But this statement came with the billions of dollars of outflow from his exchange. And it makes me a little bit nervous to see those side by side, right? If this article had come out at a different time, not during this heavy stress of withdrawals of billions of dollars leaving the exchange, I maybe would not have thought twice about it. But it reminds me a lot of an exchange that we saw, and a CEO, Alex Mashinsky, you guys probably remember this name because he was the former CEO of Celsius, made very similar remarks just months before the collapse. Let's go ahead and hear a little bit from this clip here.
Maxis are all over Twitter trying to convince everybody, hey, this is why we told you, not your keys, not your Bitcoin.
Right. And Dylan LeClaire is one of those people right now who's on Twitter telling everybody, get your keys off exchange. Get your coins off exchange, not your keys, not your crypto. And that is true. If an exchange holds your coins, they are using the same devices you're using. They're using cold storage devices. They just partition those cold storage devices into different customer accounts, which is why when you send XRP or XLM to exchanges, you require the destination tag or the memo. If you use a cold storage device, those are not required because you're not sharing a partitioned account with other individuals. Let's watch the rest.
Let me tell everybody, right? 30% of all the Bitcoin is gone because of the Bitcoin maxis, because they told you to hold your own keys, and then everybody lost their keys.
No, and everybody didn't lose their keys, right? This is an exaggeration, and this is peak fear into convincing people you need to keep your coins on exchange. The only way that you can ever access your coins is if you trust someone else to custody your coins. You're giving up so much power by letting somebody custody your coins for you, okay? So again, can we say with certainty that Binance is insolvent? Absolutely not. We don't have enough data to make that conclusion, right? But this data that we're seeing here is giving me very similar vibes that we saw with the FTX collapse as well as the Celsius collapse. So you guys make a decision for yourself, but I hope this gave you some insights. Make sure you get your coins off exchange.